Alright, so this video is going to show you how you can run macOS X Lion 10.7.5 in VMware using the VMware image. And to download this, just go to the link in the description. That link will have all the release notes for this VMware image, and will have download links, including a torrent link and a direct download link for those people who don't like torrents. And once you download it, you'll have this file here, which is an exe file. Just double click that and it will extract your folder to this one here. And inside there, you will have these three folders: macOS X Lion, the VMware Unlocker for hardware, and the VMware Unlocker for macOS X Guest. Now, if you haven't used this before, you need to go into the macOS X Guest folder and run the unlocker. I'm not going to go through that in this video, but if you look in the top corner of your screen now, there will be a link to a video which will show you how to use that. And for those people who are asking, the one that works with VMware 8 also works with VMware 9. So that's just something to keep in mind. And if you need to know anything about the hardware virtualization bypasser, again, in the opposite corner of your screen, there is now a link to show you how to use that. So to make it clear, if you've never used the macOS X Guest, you need to use that. But only certain people need to use the bypasser. So make sure you watch those videos if you're not sure on either of them. And all you want to do now is go into the macOS X Guest folder, the macOS X Lion folder, sorry, and double click on the VMX file, which is the one with the three little windows together. And wait for it to open. And what you'll see here is the VMware screen. Notice that it's a VMware 8 virtual machine. The reason for this is because not a lot of people have upgraded to 9 yet, and so I just left it at 8 to make it compatible for more people. And I'm not sure what will happen if you press upgrade and upgrade all the stuff. There's a chance that it won't work once you've done that. So if I was you, I would just hold off away from that. And you can see it in the description. It basically tells you what you need to do, so make sure you get that right. And if you need to contact me, there is a bunch of ways to contact me there. However, I will also put a link in the description to a frequently asked questions page, which we're going to put up soon, which should cover a majority of any questions that you might have. And once again, make sure you read the actual release notes that are linked in the description, because that will tell you of any bugs that do exist in this. So yeah. And then once you're on the screen, go to edit. And then you can set it up however you like. So you can add memory and do various stuff like that. For memory, I recommend 1 GB, depending on how many you have. Usually all my images work perfectly fine on 1 GB for me. So it just depends on what works best for you. I wouldn't go any lower than 1 GB though, because you might start to get issues. You can change the processes dedicated to your VM and stuff like that. Well, whatever you do, don't obviously get rid of this hard drive, because that hard drive there is the one that has Mac installed to it. So you get rid of that, you won't have anything. And the other various stuff should be okay. And in options, everything is fine. So just leave that as it is. And then just go to power on. And then once you get this message, just click I copied it. And all that is because the ID of the VMDK file will be the same for everybody. So, and you'll get to this screen. So now just wait for it to boot up. Because I think I can't remember how I built this one. It'll take a while the first boot, but after that it'll be faster each time. The reason for that is just caching and stuff like that, so just bear with it if it takes a while the first time. After that, it should get faster when you start it up. So we'll just wait for it to start. So as you can see, that was actually quite fast on first boot. I'm not sure how long that was, but I'll probably put like an annotation to actually tell you or something. And you can see that once it opens up, it comes to a screen that has iCloud already open. And the reason for this is that for my Lion VMs, I already set them up. So the password, I believe, is blank. I don't think there is a password. If there is a password, the password will be the word password. Actually, I'll tell you now if there is one. So if you want to change it, just go to System Preferences and Users and Groups. And I think if I just type a password in here, yeah, there's no password set. Okay. So if you're trying to run sudo or something like that and it's not working, it's because you need to have a password set to be able to run sudo. So you need to set a password before you do anything like that. So that covers the password aspect. iCloud and iMessage should both be working. If you download iMessage, that is, well, messages, whichever. Everything else should be fine. You can see that sound works. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear this. No, maybe not. You can hear the pop, I think, maybe. So sound does work. Resolution at the moment, as you can see, there's nothing in for display, but if you install VMware Tools or the VM SVGA driver, you will be able to change the resolution. You can download those from the folder that's linked in the description on MediaFire. In that folder is where I put any new useful stuff that I find and stuff that people ask for. So if you keep an eye on that, there'll be stuff up there all the time. And if I just quickly show you that, whoops, don't want to do that. And you can see that we are on macOS X Lion 10.7.5 build 11G56. So that is the latest version of Lion available. And apart from that, that's it. You can see that it's very snappy and works really well. You shouldn't have any problems with this. So yeah, I think it's the best Lion build that I've got so far. Certainly the best in terms of boot up speed and actual speed on the system. If you have any issues, don't hesitate to contact me, but make sure that you've read through any like FAQs and read through the comments on the release notes and stuff like that first, because if I've already answered something, I'm not going to go back and answer it in an email if it's already kind of, you know, answered somewhere, because currently I get way too many emails to answer all of them, which is something I'm sorry for, but like a majority of the questions have been answered like in posts on the site or in the comments on the site, or you know, just various like places where I've answered it. So do have a look around first if there's something you want to know, because otherwise it just makes it harder for me. So that's just a request from me, really. And yeah, apart from that, the only thing I would say is if you actually are going to do any kind of modification to the VM, make sure that you take a snapshot using this up here first. And what that does is if it breaks, you can just press revert to snapshot and it will put it back to what the state of the machine was when you got it, or like when you took the snapshot. So if I were you, I would actually like boot the whole system once, take a snapshot straight away. So if you do break it in future, you can always revert back to it without having to re-download the image, if that makes sense. And so good luck with this. Should work just fine. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to post it in the comments here on YouTube, but you will probably get a faster answer on the website underneath the release notes. So that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, so hopefully this was helpful. Remember to subscribe to my channel for more stuff in future. The Mountain Lion videos will be up very soon. And I think that's it. So thanks for watching. Again, good luck, and see you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.